Okay, the last round was frankly terrible. Okay, I played another kid. He's, 15 or something, I don't know. 22 something. This was round 8. After I didn't win this game, then I withdrew because I can't win any prize. And 8 games in 5 days is enough. 9 games is, a lot for me. If I can win a prize, I'll play. But I could play another 2,200 and probably lose to a kid. Okay, so he played this quickly, and I'm like, gotta get this guy out of prep. Obviously, he's prepped to the teeth on D5, so I played here. I thought he would play D5, and I would play E5. Then he's definitely out of prep, and he has a good version of the closed Benoni that I play. But I literally didn't care. But he took this immediately, and I was like, all right, I don't really know this, and he's playing fast, so I got to play something he doesn't know. And I couldn't find a move that somebody wouldn't know. E6 is the best move. That's what people play. Some people play E5, which is also okay. Okay, but I played here. And I thought that was very reasonable looking and that he would move relatively quickly since he played the other moves instantly. And he's a kid. He thought 15 minutes here. 15 after Queen A5. So I was like, all right, he doesn't know Queen A5. Great. Queen A5's been played, but I was happy he didn't know it. These kids beat everybody. I don't know who they beat. Okay, he played Knight F3 after thinking 15 minutes, and I played a horrible move. Horrible move. Horrible move. Any move is better than the move I played. Yeah, and I misunderstood the position and I miscalculated. So I should play either E6 or Knight C6. I played here. It's really bad. It's incredibly bad. And he played Queen D4. And I have to take. And he played Bishop D2. And I saw he could do that, but I literally didn't care. And then I talked to Ice-T, and I care now. I thought I had 2 or 3 good moves here, but the moves that I thought were good are just terrible. So if he wins my knight, then I'm just down a pawn for nothing with no development. So I thought a long time here, maybe more than 15 minutes, because I didn't see a good move. Originally, I insanely thought this would be okay when I played Knight E4. That was one of my intentions. Because I thought, okay, if he takes, I take, he takes, that's okay. Now, that's not good for me, but it's okay. But this is just crushing. I'm just completely lost here. Materials equal, my queen's attacked, I have no development, and the engine says this is the best move. So I was like, all right. So I thought forever, and I played this, which the engine says is correct. And, I mean, I'm basically just about lost here. It's a terrible position. Okay, Knight C7. Okay, then he played like a 2200 kid. He did nothing, and I equalized. He didn't do anything aggressive or good, and he just made nothing moves. So eventually I equalized. He's threatening my G-pawn. F6 is fine, even though I would never play F6. Then he played here, which I thought was very creative, since I never thought of that move. He wants to play Bishop G3. My knight doesn't have a plethora of squares. I didn't want to play E5 after that, but I got to do something. So I played B6. And then he played Knight D4, which I didn't see. So he's trying to mix Bishop G3 and Knight B5. Now, this isn't giving him any kind of advantage, but okay, I played G6 because if it's his move, he can play Bishop G3 attacking my knight. If I play E5, he'll play Knight F5. So now if he plays Bishop G3 and I play E5, I don't care. So he played here because he wants to play H5, and that's annoying. So I played H5. This is fine. White's still a little bit better. He played Bishop G3, which is not good. He should play A4, controlling the position. But he's a kid, so he has to, go forward. Yeah. And Finally, I equalized and then I blundered. Finally. After equalizing. I'm a real genius. Yeah, and here I made like triple question mark move. Yeah, b5 is normal. Yeah. And even here, I should play bishop c5, probably. Or here too. I should play bishop c5 every available opportunity. And I didn't. And then I probably shouldn't even play rook c8 here. I should probably just play b5. And here I made an incredible blunder. And I moved it, I hit the clock, and I was like, oh my God. It's really good puzzle rush, tactics trainer blunder. It's really good. I played here. Oh wait, that's not the blunder. Sorry. This is where I made the blunder. I already forgot where I blundered. So he played here because he wants to play rook g3. It's hard to defend my pawn. But the engine thinks this move is stupid. Because after here it thinks g5 is okay, which looks a little shaky, but I guess it's okay. I don't want to play here because that looks strange. So here's where I blundered. Double question mark move. Bishop c6 is equal. f5 is playable. g5 is playable. And I played here. I wanted to play king e7. I wanted to trade pieces so I wouldn't lose. Because I didn't like my position. And that just loses immediately. And when I played it and hit the clock, I was like, oh my God. So I blundered on move 4 with knight e4. I finally equalized. Then I blundered again. Man, the worst blundering is when you blunder, you hit the clock, and you're like, oh no. Okay, so now he has this bishop f7 trick. And if I take on f7, takes my d pawn and takes my bishop. If I don't take on f7, he takes my g pawn. And then I'm lost. So he played more accurately. He played here. That's actually better than bishop f7 right away. Now, as soon as I played bishop c5, I saw this. Now rook h6, bishop f7 is even stronger because my rook is ridiculous on h6, frankly. So now I have to play something tricky and weird. And I didn't see one of the tricky and weird moves, but I saw the other one. Okay, I can play d5 or f5 to make the game weird, so I played d5. And the idea is if he takes this way, I can defend my pawn with rook g8 or maybe even king f7. And then I'm down a pawn, but maybe I'll win that pawn. Maybe my pawns will advance. And my rook can go here after d6. And this is really good for white, but it's not as good as, if I just lose everything on the king side. So he took on g6. All my pawns are hanging. King f7, which I can now do because I played d5. And then I defended my pawn. So I'm down a pawn, but his rook on g3 is weird. Now here he's winning, but he had the technique of a kid who doesn't know how to have technique. He just knows how to trick you tactically and play fast and make you look stupid, which he did. But then when he's winning, now he has to old man me, but he's not an old man. I'm an old man. I was an old man before he was born. So he kept playing like super aggressive like a kid when, he just wins by playing slowly and boring because he's up a pawn for nothing. I have an isolated H-pawn. My D-pawn's pinned. But he was like, rawr, we gotta do it. Okay, and I was in time trouble, so I thought I'd just lose all my pieces. And then he played f4. Now his moves aren't bad, but the idea that you're winning with no problem to like making it tricky so you can win quicker, I don't know. So I could take on f4, or I could play e4. The obvious idea is with f4 he wants to go here, which is pretty annoying. If I take that, it's unclear the king and pawn ending if I'm losing or not. And also if I take, he could just play rook f3 since I'm pinned and take back on f4 and have the isolated pawns and pawn down. So I played e4. I figure pass pawn is good. The engine doesn't like e4 very much, but losing is losing. Okay, and he played rook c3, which shocked me. I was like, what? What the hell's that? What's funny is, if he goes here, it's 100% I was going to play f5. That's what I was going to do. Okay? And what's funny is, the engine says f5 loses because of rook c3. And then I resign. And I definitely wouldn't have seen rook c3 because I didn't see... When he played rook c3, I was shocked. Okay, and the reason it loses, and it doesn't lose in the previous position, is the only way not to lose a piece is to go here, takes, takes, takes. I'm not down a piece, but I played f5 instead of the pawn on f6. So he's got this big threat, and my rook is attacked. So I got to save my rook. I can't go here because rook e5 check. I have to save my rook somehow, and then, okay, I'm dead here, down 1,000 pawns. So rook e3 is the best move, and f5 is actually a mistake. And I was in time trouble. I don't think he was in time trouble, but he was, he had 20 minutes or so. So he played rook c3, which I thought he was going to play f5. But okay, and I took. And now if he plays bishop takes, takes, takes. Now I play here. There's no rook takes f5 check. And the engine says this is a draw. He's not better here. It says this is equal. Yeah, now I got pass pawn. These are weak. My rook's on the 7th. You better watch his step. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. So he played bc3 immediately. Now my bishop's hanging, so I have to go here. And he played rook d4, which I didn't understand. I'm like, I want to play f5. Why'd you do that? Okay. So I was really happy here because I thought I was dead lost. And now I thought I might not lose. Okay. I'm still down a pawn and losing, but, you know. Okay. Rook d6, defending my a pawn. And now he played an excellent move that I did not see. I hate when they do that. He has more than one move that's good. I didn't see this move at all. So I was really impressed. I was like, damn, that's a good move. Played bishop e2. And, if he takes my h-pawn, that's not good. Because, I can't lose all my pawns. I need some pawns left. And I played bishop takes a2. And when I played bishop a2, which is a fine move, I didn't even see he could take this. I thought he was going to trade rooks and take on a6. Then I was like, oh my God, he takes here, and I'm just lost. He's got two passed pawns, and they're on both sides of the board, and he's up a pawn, and I have to defend this. And, I'm sorry, I apologize. The opposite of what I said. I saw this was hanging because he played bishop e2. So this is what I was expecting. And then after I took on h2, I'm like, oh, this pawn's hanging. I forgot about that. If he takes this, I don't have any counterplay. King walks up, h-pawn weak, f-pawn weak, pass c-pawn. And after the game, I said, I thought you were going to take that. And I was right, turns out. And he said, oh, I thought if I took that, I wouldn't win because I thought the king and pawn ending wasn't winning. And he might be right about that the king and pawn ending isn't winning. But he might be wrong, might be winning. So he thought that he couldn't win here if I just did nothing. The engine does not agree. So imagine these bishops are off the board. Like he has a passed pawn, I have a passed pawn. So he thought he couldn't win. But I think he's wrong. Probably he can play king e3 and c4 and g4 and win. And he has the passed pawns and my passed pawns are stopped. So probably the king and pawn ending is losing. But probably I can't force it anyway. So he should just take on a6. Then he could come back and attack this. And I have to play something like that. And then he walks his king up, walks his pawn up. And he should be winning. The engine says like +3 for him. And in this position, when he played bishop e2, all I saw was that. And so I took this. And I thought he would take on h5. And I thought I had chances there. And I'm right. And then after I played bishop, it's just like, oh my God, he takes on a6. I was in time trouble. And he took this, and I was like, oh my God. It turns out I was right. I'm in time trouble, but I was right. Bishop a6 wins, and this does not. He's not winning anymore. So his technique was very bad. He didn't win any more material, and I have 2 passed pawns. And luckily, I'm drawing. And I was playing for a win. I didn't think I was winning, but I was playing for a win because I could win. We both got 2 passed pawns. Why can't I win? And it turns out it's just a draw. If he takes my bishop, I win because I have the 2 passed pawns, and they're further advanced than his. His pawn on c2 is not dangerous. Yeah, then I realized I couldn't do anything. And he offered me a draw, but I still declined. Yeah, the only way to try to win is e3. It also might lose, but yeah. It's a draw if we don't do anything. If I play like bishop here, and he plays king here, it's a draw. So I want to win. And there's some tricky things that are happening. Like if he plays king here, this check is winning a lot. And if I play bishop here, either one of us could win depending on if I queen would check or he does or whose turn it is. Yeah. So he offered me a draw and I declined, but it's a draw. Yeah, now if he takes here, it's a blunder because I play a3. And if he goes here, then I play, what's the winning move? Is it bishop f7? Yeah. He can't let me queen, but he can't queen because I can just play king e7. I think, yeah. And I win. I'm quicker. So he can't take on e3 because I play a3 and I win. So he played here. Now, if it's his move, he can take on e3. Because if I play a3, he can play bishop b1. And if I win his bishop with bishop f7 and a2, he's probably winning that a piece down because he has passed pawns on both sides, and I can't do anything. So the only move that draws here is a3. There's no other move that draws. Now his bishop can't move because my pawns. So he has to play king c3. I think king c3 is the only drawing move. And I think a3 is the only drawing move, and king c3 is the only drawing move. Because, I got 2 pawns, 1 for each of you. And now I play bishop a4. So his king can't approach. And now it's a stalemate. Not a chess stalemate. It's a stalemate. We can't do anything. Now I move my king back and forth, and he moves his bishop back and forth. Nobody can do anything here. Yeah, there's nothing to do. Yeah, draw. He can't move his king, and I can't do anything. He can't do anything. So that game was me making 2 blunders, knight e4 and bishop c5. And then when he was winning both times, he didn't win. And after the game ended, I was wondering if I was ever winning the bishop ending or if he was, but we were not. The engines all say as soon as he takes the pawn on h5 in this position, once he does this, it was a draw the rest of the game. Nobody did anything wrong. But if he takes on a6, he should be winning. And the reason I played bishop a2 was I didn't see bishop a6. Once he played here, I was thinking bishop takes h5. Turns out this is the right move anyway, but I was so happy when he played there because I thought I might win or draw. And if he takes on a6, I'm going to lose or draw. I can't win, but I could lose. But here all 3 results are possible. It turned out a draw was correct because we both have 2 passed pawns, and we have to sort of keep an eye on them and just do nothing. And then I withdrew. Hooray! I went to the director, Sophia Road. I've known her since before you were born. I mean, almost everybody on the stream. I've known her before 95% of you guys were born. And she was one of the directors and I said, Sophia, it's the best time in the tournament for me. And she said, you're dropping out? And I said, yes. Her husband's a GM, so she knew. Mexican standoff. All 3 results did happen. That's right. It's Indo Queen. Hey, Indo Queen. G4 might win, but it loses. Might win. G4 is good because then there's 6 passed pawns. But this pawn's not dangerous. This pawn's not dangerous. But my pawns are on the 5th and 6th rank. So they're dangerous. So yeah, I'm just going to win then. Yeah. Too many passed pawns. Yeah, I was hoping he'd try to win and go too far. It's easy to make a blunder. Like I have some bishop check and trade bishops and trick him. But he didn't do any of that. He just played fine. Yeah, I think he was like 15. I don't know how old he was. He's not old.